Hey everybody, JTO here, obviously. Now, I'm going to be talking about a video that I didn't know about and I hadn't seen or heard of until I heard it talked about by Louis Marco, whose channel I will link in the low bar, and if you haven't checked him out yet, go do it, go subscribe. But this is a video that he was talking about produced by the government of Ontario. It's a province in Canada, and for those who don't know, it's the most economically significant province in Canada. It's the biggest economy. Toronto is in Ontario, the capital of Canada. Ottawa is also in Ontario. All the University of Toronto, shenanigans with the feminists, that's happening in the province of Ontario. And so this video, which Louis Marco was talking about, I think it's called Who Will You Help? If you haven't seen it, you've probably heard about it. I'm going to put a clip of it in this video in a second. Is on its surface, I think, supposed to be pretending to address date rape violence or sexual violence against women. That's not what it is, in my view, at all. In fact, that's not what it was made for the purpose of. That story that's what it's for is a story. Let's watch a clip.
Thanks for keeping your mouth shut.
Now, the video contains a number of situations and scenes all playing out over a couple of seconds, and in each one of the male participants in the scene, hey man, thanks for not saying anything. And remember, this isn't produced by some bunch of crazy whack job cat lady feminists. This is produced by a major provincial government. And it portrays a situation that is a complete 100% fantasy. This collaboration between guys at a party in the sexual molestation or perhaps the rape of some chick. And the guy goes, hey, thanks for not saying anything. That's not a real situation. That's fantasy. It's a feminist fantasy. And in one of the scenes, which is not the one that I played just a second ago, the text comes on the screen. If you do nothing, you are helping him. And if you say something, you are helping her.
Thanks for not telling anyone.
When you do nothing, you're helping him. But when you do something, you help her.
Well, okay, if you intervene or you say something, you're helping her, I kind of see that. Yeah, that's fine, that makes sense. Never mind that the whole situation is a fantasy anyway. This, hey man, thanks for saying nothing. Fantasy. Not real. Not a male fantasy, by the way. A feminist fantasy. But if you do nothing, or if you say nothing, you're helping him. How do you figure that? See, there's an assumption there. And the assumption is that in male socialization, in male culture, that physically overpowering, or through the additional, involvement of drugs or alcohol, overpowering and molesting or raping some chick, that's a positive. That's great. Guys are into that. We like that. And the only reason we don't is we barely contain our animal lusts on the leash of our iron self-control. That's the assumption being presented. If you do nothing, you're helping him. Like you're making his life yeah, he likes doing that shit. All these guys do. Yeah, thanks for saying nothing, buddy. That is a monsterization of male sexuality. This is aimed at you, buddy. That guy is you. You understand? So your sexuality as a man is this predatory, malevolent, toxic, corrosive, evil element of your human nature. That's the message. If you do nothing, you're helping him. No. If if you're out with a buddy and the guy's getting a little grabby with some chick and she's just clearly not into it, you might put your hand on his shoulder and go, dude, dial it down. Like, buddy, I think you ought to just cool your heels a bit. They're, not that you're a stranger, it's, you're out with a bunch of friends, and you put your hand on your buddy's shoulder and you go, dude, you're coming on way too strong. You're not helping her. You're helping him. And you're not helping him, like, score with a chick. You're helping him avoid a tremendously negative outcome, a rape charge, or the social ostracization of a rape accusation. And remember, though, that this gang of guys molesting some girl while they all kind of leer and watch, and one guy's got a camera, hey, this is cool, hey? And then the guy turns around and goes, hey, thanks for saying nothing, isn't real. These are actors. This is a fantasy pretending that this is like guys, yeah, this is what we're all into as guys. It's the fantasy. It's the feminist fantasy. If you do nothing, you're helping him. You're helping him be the monster that he wants to be. You're helping him be the evil, subhuman, predatory, blah, blah, blah. This video from the Ontario government is not for the purpose of stopping a rape. It's not for the purpose of raising awareness of, you know, appropriate and inappropriate sexual behavior. That's the story that it's being told with. This video from the Ontario government has the actual purpose of painting male sexuality as evil, as harmful, as predatory. This video has the purpose of dehumanizing you if you're a man. You're not a proper human being. You're a subhuman monster. It's not about helping some chick. This isn't about preventing violence against women. This is about demonizing and dehumanizing you. And I'm not saying that's the unintended consequence. No! It's not an unintended. That is the purpose of the video, is to dehumanize you. Now, I used to be a MRA. I used to be a men's rights activist. I wrote for A Voice for Men. I did all this stuff. I went postering. I did videos. I maintained my own blog, etc., etc. I did all this stuff. And I would have said, this is monstrous. This has to stop. Stop dehumanizing men. That was the men's rights activist version of me in the past. I'm not an MRA anymore. I fully support this video. I think it's great. Now, I don't think it's great that men are being demonized. No, that's not... You misunderstand if that's what you think I mean. I think it's fantastic that men are being taught and told how hated they are. That your government, if you live in Ontario, I mean, this is the provincial government of Ontario, so this is Canada, that you are being told from the highest, one of the highest echelons of the Canadian culture, the Ontario provincial government, that you are a subhuman. You're not considered a proper human. You're some sort of an appetite, sexually driven, predatory animal. You're not a proper human. You're evil. You're helping him. You do nothing, you're helping him. Meaning, you, the guy watching this video, this is what we think of you. This is important stuff. I'd say don't stop it. I hope they do more of this. Because nothing is going to wake men up to their own disregard as human beings more than this kind of propaganda. This isn't about stopping violence against a woman. This is about demonizing men. And I hope they do more of it. Because only men can act to protect themselves. This is not about going to a government, petitioning for change, or asking for the laws to be changed. I hope they get more. I hope they go farther and faster with the hatred, the violence, the scorn, and the dehumanization and the degradation of men. Because that is what will wake men up. One last thing, on the 29th, which is next Sunday at noon, I will be in Grandview Park at noon o'clock talking about why to not fight feminism. That is 29th of March on Sunday at noon in Grandview Park on Commercial Drive. I will be there talking in public to whoever wants to listen to me about why to not fight feminism. Be there, be square, or just, who cares. Thanks very much, and have a lovely day.